Most people don't get those experiences because they never ask. I've never found anybody that didn't want to help me if I asked them for help. I always call them up. I called up, this will date me, but I called up Bill Hewlett when I was 12 years old, and he lived in Palo Alto. His number was still in the phone book. And he answered the phone himself. He said, yes? He said, hi, I'm Steve Jobs. I'm 12 years old. I'm a student in high school, and I want to build a frequency counter. And I was wondering if you had any spare parts I could have. And he laughed, and he gave me the spare parts to build this frequency counter, and he gave me a job that summer in Hewlett-Packard, working on the assembly line, putting nuts and bolts together on frequency counters. He got me a job in the place that built them. And I was in heaven. And I've never found anyone who said no or hung up the phone when I called. I just asked. And when people ask me, I try to be as responsive, to pay that debt of gratitude back. Most people never pick up the phone and call. Most people never ask. And that's what separates sometimes the people that do things from the people that just dream about them. You gotta act. And you've got to be willing to fail. You've got to be willing to crash and burn, with people on the phone, with starting a company, with whatever. If you're afraid of failing, you won't get very far.
Most people do not fail because they are not talented. They fail because they are distracted. They chase too many goals. They say yes to things that do not matter, and they forget why they started. Steve Jobs built some of the most loved products in the world, but his real gift was not only technology. His real gift was purpose and focus, the ability to keep coming back to what matters most, even when life hit him hard. In this video, I will break down 3 motivational lessons from Steve Jobs, from his thoughts on failure, from his Secrets of Life interview, and from the 3 lessons inside his Stanford speech. As you listen, do not treat this like a story about a famous person, treat it like a mirror, because the same forces that shaped his life show up in your daily choices, in your work, your habits, and the way you handle setbacks. First, Steve Jobs on failure. He talked openly about being fired from the company he started. Imagine building something with your whole heart, and then being told you no longer belong there. Most people would take that as the end. They would shrink, get bitter, and stop trying. But his lesson was simple: failure can clear your vision, if you let it. He explained that losing his position also removed a heavy weight, the weight of trying to look successful all the time, and it brought him back to being a beginner again, curious, hungry, and willing to create. That mindset is purpose, because purpose is not a title, it is not a role, it is not approval from other people. Purpose is the reason you keep going when your identity gets shaken. Now bring that into real life. Maybe you failed an exam, lost a job, got rejected, or your business idea did not work. It hurts, and it should hurt, because you cared. But here is the practical move: separate your value from the event. The event says this attempt did not work, it does not say you are finished. Use failure like a filter. Ask what this is teaching you to stop doing, ask what it is pushing you to start doing, ask what it is revealing about what you actually want. Sometimes the most powerful focus comes after disappointment, because you stop trying to impress people, and you start trying to improve the work. If you are in a hard season, do one small focused thing each day that moves you forward. Update your resume, practice one skill, reach out to one person, build one page, record one video, write one plan. Small actions rebuild confidence, and confidence makes focus easier. Second, Steve Jobs on the Secrets of Life. He shared an idea that can change the way you see everything. He said that when you grow up, you get taught that the world is the way it is, and your job is to live inside it, to stay in your lane, to not push too much. But then he realized something: everything around you that you call life was made by people, and those people were not magically smarter than you. They were just humans who decided to build, to test, to change things. That is a purpose lesson, because the moment you believe you can shape your world, you stop living on autopilot. And it is also a focus lesson, because you stop wasting energy trying to fit in, and you start aiming your energy at creating value. Here is what that looks like in daily life. If you hate your routine, do not only complain about it, design a better one. If you hate your body, do not only wish, build a simple plan, walk every day, eat cleaner meals, sleep on time. If you hate your job, do not only scroll and escape, learn a skill that gives you options, even if it is just 30 minutes a day. If your room is messy, clean one corner. If your finances are stressful, track your spending for a week, and cut one useless habit. The secret is not that life is easy, the secret is that you have more power than you think, and power grows when you focus it. You do not need to change everything at once, you need to change one thing on purpose, then repeat. Third, Steve Jobs' 3 lessons from the Stanford speech. He shared 3 simple stories, connecting the dots, love and loss, and death. And all 3 point to the same message: your life gets clearer when you choose meaning, and then you protect that meaning with focus. In the first story, Connecting the Dots, he explained that you cannot connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward. He trusted curiosity even when it did not look practical, and later it became useful. The lesson is not to be random, the lesson is to keep learning and exploring with intention. Focus does not mean you never try new things, it means you choose what to try based on what you care about, not based on fear. A real-life example is when you start learning something and you feel behind. Maybe you start coding, public speaking, writing, sales, design, fitness, or a new language. At first it feels like it has no clear reward. But those skills become dots, and one day you will use them in a way you cannot see yet. Your job is to keep showing up, and to trust that consistent effort creates options. If you want focus, make your days predictable in a good way. Pick a time, pick a place, pick one priority, then repeat it until it becomes normal. In the second story, Love and Loss, he talked about loving his work, then losing it, and still choosing to return to what he loved. The lesson here is that focus becomes natural when you care deeply. You can force yourself to work for a week, maybe for a month, but long-term focus comes from meaning. And he also showed that losing something does not mean you are off track, sometimes it means you are being redirected. In daily life, this means you should stop chasing goals that you do not even want. Do not build a life to impress people you do not even know. Choose a direction that matches your values, then use discipline to protect it. You can apply this by creating one clear priority for the next 90 days. Not 10 priorities, one priority. Maybe it is to get a better job, to get healthier, to start a side project, to fix your sleep, to improve your confidence, to build a skill. Then simplify your schedule around it. Say no to extra drama, say no to time thieves, say no to pointless scrolling. You do not need more time, you need less distraction. Focus is not only what you do, it is what you refuse to do. In the third story, Death, he spoke about how remembering that life ends can cut through noise. This is not negative, this is grounding. When you remember your time is limited, you stop delaying your real life. You stop living someone else's plan. You stop holding back the work that matters. Death is a focus tool because it puts everything into perspective, it asks you to choose what matters today. So if you have been waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect confidence, the perfect plan, this is your reminder: the perfect moment is rarely real, progress is real. Here is a simple way to use this in your daily routine. Each morning, choose one important task that moves your life forward, and do it before you consume the world. Before social media, before endless messages, before other people's needs. That one task could be studying, training, applying, writing, building, selling, or practicing. Then later in the day, do the small maintenance tasks. This is how purpose becomes real. You give your best energy to your best goal. And at night, review your day with kindness and honesty. Ask what distracted you, ask what helped you, then adjust tomorrow. Now let us bring all three topics into one clear message. Steve Jobs teaches that purpose is the reason, and focus is the protection. Failure can refine your purpose, if you learn instead of quitting. The secret of life is that you can shape your world, so stop acting powerless. And the Stanford lessons remind you to trust your path, return to what you love, and remember your time is limited. When you combine these, you get a simple approach to life: choose what matters, cut the noise, and keep going. Here are the practical takeaways you can start today. Pick one meaningful goal and write it in a single sentence. Remove one distraction that steals your attention every day. Take one small action toward your goal within the next 24 hours. Treat failure like feedback, not like a final verdict. Build skills like you are collecting dots, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. And live with urgency, not panic, urgency with peace, because you know what matters. If you feel lost right now, you are not broken, you are just unfocused, and focus can be rebuilt. Start small, stay consistent, and keep your standards clear. Your life can be broader than you think, but only if you choose it on purpose, and only if you protect it with focus.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. And you can change it. You can influence it. You can build your own things that other people can use. And the minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, that you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. I think that's very important. And however you learn that, once you learn it, you'll want to change life and make it better, because it's kind of messed up in a lot of ways. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.